What's good, y'all? Back again today with a very special video. So I know it's been a little minute since I made an actual video like this. You know, I've been putting up little clips here and there that I made, then I put on my Instagram. I've been doing a lot of live streams. Like when I do show my face, I'm usually doing a live stream. I really like the live streams because I get to interact with you guys. There's some pros and cons of doing the live stream because unless I have another phone with me, I can't show you the videos and I can't show you the context of what I'm talking about. And when I make these videos, as you know, I try my best to give context. I try to give the examples or the research that I found to substantiate my claims. There's a certain good thing about doing these kind of videos like I'm doing right now, like the old school way, where I make the video, I edit it, I process it, I upload it. That's what this video is going to be. And today we're going to talk about who else but your guy, Mr. Donald Trump. But this is special because, like I said, I'm going to put some clips in here. And by the end of this video, I really need you as a so-called black person. Actually, I want this video for any Trump supporter. Any Trump supporter to watch this video. In particular, the so-called black American Trump supporter, there's a special place for you, okay? I need to speak to you specifically if you are a black American Trump supporter. Because let's be honest, white Americans justifying and looking past racism and clear hypocrisy, that's kind of a historical thing. Let's just be honest, white people in general have historically looked over injustices if those injustices are at the hands of them. I don't have to even give examples, but a black American so-called Trump supporter, we have to discuss the psychology here and what exactly is possibly going on. Let me just show you this video real quick. This video that I'm about to show you was about 4 months before Donald Trump became president of the United States for the first time. Let's watch that video.
So
that's really
what we have, and we'll build the wall. He says build the wall. We're going to build the wall.
Okay, so you see that video? So that was, you see how short my hair was, right? That was when 2016, I guess, right? When Donald Trump was on his so-called having his rallies, right? Remember the Donald Trump rallies and whatnot, where everybody was fighting, and all you saw on the news was everybody fighting at the rallies and all kind of craziness. I remember telling my people, like, man, whenever he comes to my city, you know, I live in Houston, so I tell people, when he comes to Houston, I am going to a Donald Trump rally. They didn't believe me, mind you. This is when people still didn't believe that Donald Trump could even become president. We have to remember the timeline and realize these people's psychology is changing rapidly. And it's not necessarily a bad thing for your psychology to change or your mind to change. You can change your mind, but under what context, okay? So let's take it back. 2015. Still Barack Obama in office, right? Still the president, everybody in love with Obama. I'm not even gonna go in on Obama on this video, even though I could.
So in love with you.
Black people in particular were in love with Obama, and all of a sudden Obama's 8 years are up. Oh my God, we're not gonna have Obama anymore. Then what happened? Now our two front runners were who? Hillary and Trump. And if you remember at that time, I guess people's psychology couldn't grasp the idea that Donald Trump possibly could have been the president. I mean, there was only two potential candidates. There was Hillary and Trump. When it finally got down to it and Bernie and all them left, it was Hillary and Trump. How could you not at least factor in the potential that Trump could have been the winner? So everybody was so shocked. If you remember, the day that Donald Trump, the day that they announced that Donald Trump was the president, it was like 2, 3 in the morning when they finally announced it. But the next day at work and at school and everybody's just in the streets just fucking depressed because Donald Trump won, right? Do you remember this? I'm making this video because I need to make sure I'm not going crazy. And if I am, so be it. But at least tell me if you remember this or not. This is for historical documentation. Everyone was going crazy when Donald Trump won. Do you remember that? Okay, so fast forward. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, right? Mind you, I was going to his rally before he became president because I knew in my mind this might be the leader of our country. And I knew in my mind that this man is not fit for leadership of the so-called free world. But that was my opinion. I went to the rally to peacefully protest, as you saw. I didn't cause any trouble, and I left without occurrence. But now that we understand that the majority of the country was upset and distraught when Donald Trump became president, I'm trying to figure out in 2020 how seemingly some people have made a complete 180. And again, I'm talking mainly to black people. How have you made a 180 to where now you are a Trump supporter? Stop right there. I know you're going to list off a million things. I know where you're going with this. This is where I want to show you another video. Let's go.
Ask you about the Anti-Defamation League, which this week called on you to publicly condemn unequivocally the racism of former KKK Grand Wizard David Duke, who recently said that voting against you at this point would be treason to your heritage. Will you unequivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists in this election?
Well, just so you understand, I don't know anything about David Duke, okay? I don't know anything about what you're even talking about with white supremacy or white supremacists. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, did he endorse me or what's going on? Because, you know, I know nothing about David Duke. I know nothing about white supremacists. And so you're asking me a question that I'm supposed to be talking about people that I know nothing about.
But I guess the question from the Anti-Defamation League is, even if you don't know about their endorsement, there are these groups and individuals endorsing you. Would you just say unequivocally you condemn them and you don't want their support?
Well, I have to look at the group. I mean, I don't know what group you're talking about. You wouldn't want me to condemn a group that I know nothing about. I'd have to look. If you would send me a list of the groups, I will do research on them, and certainly I would disavow if I thought there was something wrong. But you may have groups in there that are totally fine, and it would be very unfair. So give me a list of the groups, and I'll let you know.
Okay. I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but... Okay. I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but... Okay. I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but...
I don't know, honestly, I don't know David Duke. I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm pretty sure I didn't meet him, and I just don't know anything about him.
Okay, so you saw that video, right? So clearly, this is a video, not doctored at all, not photoshopped, not deepfake. This is actually Donald Trump saying from his own mouth, at 70-something years old, an American wealthy man from New York, saying that he does not know who the Ku Klux Klan is. Again, I don't want you to throw a bunch of facts at me right now of his administration and da-da-da-da-da. I don't want all that. I want us to stick to the facts. Let's keep it like we're in kindergarten, okay? Let's keep it like we're in first grade. Let's not get too complex. Let's take it one step at a time. As a black person, do you truly believe that this 74-year-old wealthy Caucasian man from New York does not know who the Ku Klux Klan is? That's my question to you first and foremost. Answer that for me. I'm gonna give you a moment of silence. Because if you were in front of me right now and you told me that you think that Donald Trump truly doesn't know who the Ku Klux Klan is, I would slap the shit out you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We just got to fight right here. Tussle in the grass right here. Just put him up right here. If you really gonna look me in my motherfucking face right now, and yes, I said it, and tell me that you really believe that Donald Trump doesn't know who the Ku Klux Klan is, so why do I bring that video up? Because it was the, and until today, it was one of the only reasons why I personally did not like Donald Trump. This is why we gotta talk about, because we have to understand, in a so-called democracy where there's the left and the right so-called, I don't subscribe to those labels, but there's the so-called left and the right argument, right? So the people on the left, when they're in power, the people in the right aren't gonna like them. The people in the right, when they're in power, the people aren't gonna like it. We know that, we understand that concept. I know that people are always mad at the president. And I always wonder why what's the reason? I don't ever get mad at somebody without a reason. This is the first thing I need you to know. White America and Trump supporting black America, I need you to understand certain black people, when we say we have something against Trump, we have a substantial valid reason. You keep acting like we're just mad at Trump and we just making up some shit. Did you just see the video where this man admitted, or should I say denied, that he knew who the Ku Klux Klan is? Now remember, when Barack Obama, I'm gonna play this video too, because I come with receipts. When Barack Obama was running and he was going to a church of a black man called Jeremiah Wright, and that man said, "God damn America, God damn her," that's when they made sure Barack Obama denounced his pastor. Oh, don't believe me? Watch this.
I have been very clear about the fact that I was offended by many of the statements that he had made that caused this original controversy. I don't think they're defensible, and I feel very strongly about that. And so, I'm disappointed that we're seeing a continuing conversation about it.
I faced a similar situation when I ran for the Senate in 2000 in New York. And in New York, there are more than the two parties, Democratic and Republican. And one of the parties at that time, the Independence Party, was under the control of people who were anti-Semitic, anti-Israel. And I made it very clear that I did not want their support. I rejected it. I said that it would not be anything I would be comfortable with. And it looked as though I might pay a price for that. But I would not be associated with people who said such inflammatory and untrue charges against either Israel or Jewish people in our country. And, I was willing to take that stand. And, fortunately, the people of New York supported me and I won. But at the time, I thought it was more important to stand on principle and to reject the kind of conditions that went with support like that.
Are you suggesting Senator Obama's not standing on principle?
No, I'm just saying that you asked specifically if he would reject it. And there's a difference between denouncing and rejecting. And I think when it comes to this sort of inflammatory, I have no doubt that everything that Barack just said is absolutely sincere, but I just think we've got to be even stronger. We cannot let anyone in any way say these things because of the implications that they have, which can be so far-reaching.
Tim, I have to say, I don't see a difference between denouncing and rejecting. There's no formal offer of help from Minister Farrakhan that would involve me rejecting it. But if the word reject, Senator Clinton feels is stronger than the word denounce, then I'm happy to concede the point. And I would reject and denounce.
Good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, so you see that, right? Yes, I come with receipts. So when Barack Obama is running, a black man, mind you, I'm not here to cape for Barack Obama, because if you go down my channel, you'll see the video why Barack Obama is not a hero to black people. I could go in on Barack right now, but I'm making a point. When Barack Obama, a black man, so-called, was running for office, right? They made sure that he denounced his black pastor who said, "God damn America." They made sure he used the words, "I denounce it." But when we asked Donald Trump about the Ku Klux Klan and their support for him, because the Ku Klux Klan was outwardly, to this day, outwardly supporting Donald Trump, he says he does not know the Ku Klux Klan. He doesn't know who they are, and he has to do research to find out if he should, let them support him or not, and all this other bullshit. That right there is enough to just never listen to a word this man has to say, and this is why I'm making this video. The scripture says that God will put a strong delusion on people. And I'm going to put this quote right here from the Bible, because you need to understand what's going on in these last days, the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation where all is being revealed. All, don't you get it? Everything is being revealed. That means the intentions of everybody and who they will serve in these final days. So when we're talking about Donald Trump is an antichrist. Maybe not the, because there are many powers that be. But this is another thing that I want to talk about. I haven't talked to y'all in a while, so please let me vent. I'm not going to name the certain people, but there are notable black people, particularly on YouTube, Because we're not gonna talk about celebrities. These celebrities that's bought out, Cardi B telling us to vote for this white man, and Killer Mike telling us to vote for this white man, and all these other celebrities so-called. I don't give a damn about them. 4 years ago, you can look at my channel, 4 years ago, I made a video called A Beautiful Funeral where I hit the TV and broke my TV because I was trying to symbolize and show you guys to turn off that TV, fuck these celebrities. Years ago, I've been saying it. I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm talking about these YouTubers like you watching this, or me picking up their phone and telling us to vote for a goddamn white man in 2020. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna be the one to say it. You know why I'm gonna say it? Because I'm not bought or paid for. And you know what happens when you're not bought and paid for? There's pros and cons. The cons are you don't have no outside backing. You know, nobody's making sure you eat. Nobody's making sure you're safe. Nothing. That's what it is when you live this life, this free life. But the pro of this is that I can say what the fuck I want. Mind you, bar YouTube takes down my channel, takes down my content, manipulates my views. All those things, again, come with the territory of being out here on the grassroots. But I'm looking at it like I'm the voice for the black people who purposely don't have a platform. There's a lot of, let me give a shout out real quick to Sister Warrior. I have a loyal subscriber to my channel called Sister Warrior, and I remember when she always writes long paragraphs to me telling me this and that, and I'm like, why don't you start a channel? And she said, no, that's not my mission. I can't show my face type shit. And a lot of our people like you or me who are watching this video, who are seeking knowledge, I understand that y'all don't want to show y'all face. And truth be told, until this YouTube thing, I wasn't showing my face like that. I'm super low key. If you know me in person, you do not see my face. These strangers do not see my face, but I understand what's going on, and I cannot sit back idly by while this bullshit happens. And then we have, like I said, people like Cardi B coming out and Killer Mike and whoever else, Dwayne Wade, so-called speaking for Black America. Get the fuck out of here. There's a thing called the new black media. Whatever it may be, I know I am a so-called Black American man. Black, of course, referring to those humans absorbed with light. And American meaning shit. On this land right here, I have a mission to do. So back to Donald Trump. Remember, I'm not just some nigga talking online. I showed you that I was in the Trump rally 4 years ago before you niggas even thought he would become president. And you know who wasn't there? Your black asses, these so-called Trump supporters. I went in Texas, redneck country. This is a red state. What you talking about? I was I was one of the few people, the few thousand people who were able to get in the rally. I went to the Woodlands in Texas. If you know where the Woodlands is, that's a predominantly white neighborhood. I went way over there, left my job 2 hours early, stood in line for 2.5 hours just to try to get to be able to physically see Donald Trump and see what all these Make America Great Hat Again wearing motherfuckers was talking about. I was in there. You see me all black just like I am today. I was in there, and that's not to brag. That's to say I've been invested into what I'm talking about. I have a right to say what the fuck I'm saying. So like I said, when it's all these new people, it's cool if you have an opinion. But everybody, it's like I said, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and they usually fucking stink. So if you pick up your phone and you're gonna say something, motherfucker, and let me calm down because I don't want this people to use this and say, look, he's belligerent. He doesn't even know how to make a point. I'm upset. That's a human emotion. I guess we forgot how to use that with all this social distancing, mask wearing, disinfectant wearing shit. So speaking of disinfectant, let's move to the whole reason why I made this video. Again, I showed you I was at the Trump rally. So I at least have the right to speak because I've been following this man, right? I showed you how he denied that he knows anything about the Ku Klux Klan. He cannot condemn them because they asked him, hey, we don't want you to hurt them or nothing or whatever, shit on them, just say you don't support them being with your campaign. This man said, I don't even know enough about the Ku Klux Klan to deny their support for me. So Mind you, that's why I don't like him. So stop bringing up Barack and all these other people and all these stupid counter arguments. My argument as a so-called black American man is that I do not trust this white supremacist named Donald Trump. He is a white supremacist by proxy of association or protection of the white supremacist power structure. Fuck are you talking about? You mean to tell me someone who's protecting a terrorist organization is not a terrorist as well? If I was protecting a terrorist organization, but I didn't partake in it, but when they asked me about it, I didn't tell the whereabouts, I just said, hey, I don't even know them, but I know definitely about them, wouldn't that make me an accomplice of some sort? So how is it all of a sudden that black people are looking past this? Or maybe you haven't seen it. So now I'm showing it to you, black Trump supporter. And when I say black Trump supporter, let me show you who I'm talking about.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
Why are you mad about slavery? It is 2016 going on 17. I'm trying to figure out what y'all mad for.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
So take your asses on back to Africa all you want to. Let me know how Farrakhan treats you. I'm going to stay here with my white folks, okay? I got white friends, so.
I'm trying to figure some things out.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
My thing is, listen here. The white bought slaves fair and square, okay?
Since y'all think y'all slaves, it was a fair and square deal. They paid cash for y'all niggas. So I don't know why you're mad. You don't even know your damn ancestors. Stop blaming the white man, okay? I got white friends, shit.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
Hit me up. So, I'm just trying to figure out why y'all mad. Don't blame the damn white man.
He told me, well, you ought to be ashamed because your people fought for freedom and all this stuff.
My great-granny told me that my family did not really fight for freedom because they were scared to get hosed down by all that water. You know, they didn't want to get attacked by dogs and stuff. So they stayed in the house when Martin Luther King and them was marching. And plus, it was hot in the South. So, and like I said, Martin Luther King wasn't giving out no free water bottles. So they did not march, okay?
And guess what?
He is some piece of work, this guy.
I'm gonna make a national chicken day.
The police is here to protect us, okay? I am sick of this ghetto shit, okay? If you get pulled over by the police, you just listen, okay? Stop with this rebellion shit, because I'm sick of it. I am pissed off, okay? You don't think these officers are scared? Huh? When y'all see people on the side of the damn road, do y'all motherfuckers pull over to help somebody? No, because you know what? You're scared and you don't know what's going to happen. That's the same way how these officers feel when they pull some of y'all ghetto asses over. Crazy ass damn people. Damn, I got a damn crook in my damn neck, so I'm really mad. My chicken getting cold because I got to explain some shit to y'all. So I'm pissed off.
He is some piece of work, this guy.
Yeah, that dude. That type of dude. You chicken eating, smacking, bootlicking type Negroes that want to always yap your mouth about some policies, this and that. You never speak about the white supremacist power structure. And look, like I said, hey, at this point when I make these videos, you better take them and run. Because I don't know how many I have left. I've been saying that for years, but lately, I don't know when the fuck is going to be the end for me on this realm. So you better take this shit or leave it. This is who I am. This is what I speak. You're either going to do one of two things. You're going to listen to the meat of what I'm saying, or you're going to listen to the bones and the little shit and the fact that I'm cursing and the fact that I'm raising my voice, and you're going to try to use that to discredit the facts, the obvious facts of what I'm saying. So let's get to it. Because recently, just yesterday actually, Donald Trump himself, when speaking about the so-called C virus, the so-called pandemic that we all know is going on, he was at a press conference speaking to a member of his team. He wasn't speaking to the press, although the press was there. He was speaking directly to a doctor on his team. And let's watch the video.
Moving to Washington, President Trump is making some potentially dangerous new suggestions for fighting the coronavirus. At his latest briefing, he talked about possibly injecting disinfectant into people's bodies, though he later partially walked that back.
The president made these remarks after an official with the DHS Office of Science and Technology presented emerging results from a study that showed sunlight, heat, and humidity, along with disinfectants, degraded the virus on surfaces and in the air.
We identified that heat and humidity is a weakness in that chain. We've identified that sunlight, solar light, UV rays is a weakness in that chain.
I ask Bill a question that probably some of you are thinking of if you're totally into that world, which I find to be very interesting. So supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
We'll get the right folks who could.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or injection inside or injection inside or injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
So you see it, right? In case you don't see it, in case my video didn't break it down enough, I'll break it down for you. The man clearly said we're exploring UV light, somehow possibly injecting UV light, and somehow possibly using UV light radiation to heal or cure from this C virus, right? Listen, I'm gonna play this video. Again, I have receipts. Here's the video.
The ability of UV light to treat flu symptoms. The UV light device she uses is from a Santa Barbara business called UV-LRX.
Can you show us a little bit about how it works with your demonstration here?
So this would be the patient arm, and the procedure lasts for about an hour, and it's really simple. It's just like getting a regular IV, like if you were going to rehydrate. The technology has been around for over 100 years. UV light treating flus and viruses and bacteria, it won a Nobel Peace Prize 100 years ago.
Okay, we understand that UV lighting can be used in some instances. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that Donald Trump himself personally said, when speaking about household disinfectants, his team was talking about household disinfectants that can be used on surfaces such as hands, doorknobs, countertops, alcohol, bleach, these type of disinfectants that can be used on exterior surfaces. Donald Trump then began to ask if it's possible to inject these disinfectants inside of the body to clean the lungs. This is what Donald Trump just said. This is why I'm making this video, because, like I said, the scripture says there will be strong delusion. If you were mentally right, there's no fucking way you justify this. There's no way, especially as a black person. What the fuck are you doing defending this man in the first place? Much less when he comes out and says dumbass shit like this. I don't even gotta go down the list of the stupid shit he did, whether it's grabbing women by the pussy, whether it's throwing paper towels to the victims of a fucking hurricane in Puerto Rico. I don't even have to go down the list. When it's something as simple as this on film, he says he wants to, quote unquote, inject these disinfectants that are for household surfaces inside your body, then you have the nerve to defend him. Wow. That's why I had to make the video. I have to make sure I'm not crazy. Let me know in the comments how this is even possible. And before you even go on and still try to cling to a little cliffhanger, trying to fucking protect him, let's play this last video.
We asked, are they really going to test it on people?
The president mentioned the idea of cleaners, like the bleach and isopropyl alcohol you mentioned. There's no scenario that could be injected into a person, is there? I mean,
No, I'm here to talk about the findings that we had in the study. We don't do that within that lab, our lab.
The White House press secretary at first said the president was taken out of context. Later, the president himself said he was just being sarcastic.
Clarify your comments about injections
of disinfectant. They're quite
No,
provocative.
I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you, just to see what would happen.
As you can see here, he was talking to the experts, not to the reporters, when he made the suggestion.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
You see how the man himself admitted that what he said was, he basically admitted that what he said was stupid. He then went on to say, well, I was being sarcastic. And then he lied again, saying he was talking to a reporter, when the video clearly shows he was talking to his team. You're talking to your team, but when asked about it, you say you're talking to a reporter. Lie. Flat out lie. We have it on camera, sir. Lie. Did you know that I can see you? Lie. Then you double down on the fact that, yes, you indeed suggested injecting household surface disinfectants into a human body. You agreed that you said that, and your excuse was you were being sarcastic? In the midst of a pandemic where so many people are dying at an alarming rate, sir, is this a time to be sarcastic? This is why I don't know how much longer I can do these videos. Because, you know, the point of the matter is I can bring out all the truth in the world, but I don't have the glitz and glamour of the media, and I don't have the psychological stranglehold over the average American mind that the media has. And I don't have the position of this so-called white man in this society. I got my dreadlocks. Everything about me says don't trust this man. So no matter what I say, there's going to be a large percentage of people who discredit me off the top. And furthermore, the ones who listen are going to find whatever they can to discredit what they're hearing from me. Meanwhile, Donald Trump can come out and say something as stupid as, let's inject human beings with household surface disinfectants, and you guys are clapping for him. This is why the end of the world is here. I don't have to speak about how men are calling themselves women and I'm being labeled as some type of phobic for telling them that they're still a man. I don't have to talk about, you know, any of this. It doesn't matter anymore. Who am I? I'm one person in 7 billion, allegedly. Well, at least that is until Bill Gates gets his hands on us all and injects us all with his vaccine and depopulates the earth. But until then, there's 7 billion people on the earth. What the fuck am I doing in my little corner of YouTube where they constantly push me to the smallest, furthest region of the internet, and they keep me there. They keep me right here. They don't let me fucking, all this rest of this area, no. You stay right fucking here. That's what they do on YouTube and on my Instagram. They don't want me to have enough influence like Cardi B. Again, Cardi B admitted to robbing unconscious men that she purposely drugged, then allowed a transsexual to perform sexual acts on this unconscious or inebriated man.
Cause I did it myself. Niggas must have forgot, my nigga, the shit that I did to motherfucking survive. Like, I had to go straight. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna fuck me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drug niggas up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do. And I drug niggas up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
And I drug niggas up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
Nothing was motherfucking happening to me, my nigga. Nothing.
I'm be that guy. I'm gonna take him out. We're gonna get drunk. I'm gonna get him all perked up and everything. We're gonna have a good time. Get him super twisted. Then bring a bitch around. We're gonna have a threesome. And when he wake up, he gonna be like, what the fuck? Yeah, because the bitch was a tranny. I'm be like, yup, we had a threesome with a tranny. Yup, a tranny suck your dick. You don't gotta fuck another nigga to get even, bitch. There's other ways.
This is who Cardi B is. She admitted to robbing men, drugging them, and bringing transsexuals to have unconsenting sex with this man. She admitted that. But she's on Instagram Live or whatever else talking to Bernie Sanders, one of the potential presidents of the United States. And she's in a nice, you know, shirt or whatever, and she has her hair slicked back now. And now we're supposed to believe that? I know most of y'all who are watching this video already rock with me, and you already know what I'm saying is true, and at this point, you're just like, facts. But again, I made this video for fucking, if by any kind of potential reality, YouTube allows, the YouTube algorithm gods allow me to get further than this little corner that they have me at, and they allow me to actually get further. I want to talk to the people who don't support me, this channel, who don't think like me. It's fine that we have a discussion. It's fine that we have differences of opinion. But are you a logical, responsible, rational adult? I like red, you like blue. I like cookies and cream, you like fucking Rocky Road. But are you a logical, respectful, rational adult? If you are, and you saw the videos that I presented to you today, there's no way in hell that you can still say, yes, I support this man. I didn't even go down the list of the dumb shit he's done and said throughout his presidency. How can a black person or any person still support this? And again, I'm not asking white people, why do you support him? Because I've seen enough white people look past racism, justify racism, or blame black people for the racism that they endure. I've seen enough of that. I'm not even trying to talk to y'all right now. Y'all are on timeout right now. Just to be honest, white people in general, in my opinion, are on collective timeout in my mind. You're on timeout until I tell you to come out your room or out the corner. You're wearing the dunce hat in the corner. Don't tell me nothing about this. This video is for, like I said, black Trump supporters. Fuck it. This video is for all black Trump supporters. I made videos telling you why, in specifics, why you should not support this man. But yet, here you are making excuses, and like I said, we have big YouTubers, and I'm not gonna say their name, making pictures like this. Look at this picture. Bruh, what the fuck are you talking about? You got a picture of a black man with dreadlocks with a RBG flag and a Malcolm X shirt on, giving dap to a seemingly an American fucking, what is that? What is that? An American, he's wearing a fucking Confederate flag hat, which we know is about racism. Don't hit me with that, that's just my culture. I'm just celebrating my culture. Fuck you. And fuck your culture. That's racism. So you mean to tell me a man with the Confederate flag hat and a American flag on his back is going to be walking hand in hand, skipping through the daisies with a black man with dreads with a Malcolm X shirt on? Are you stupid or dumb? Which one is it? You gotta be dumb and stupid, nigga. Disrespecting Malcolm like that, like he would ever walk hand in hand with a Confederate flag wearing, American flag wearing motherfucker. Never. Never. And the only reason these white supremacists are upset is because they're affected by this so-called pandemic. That's the reason why all these white people are taken to the streets with guns. Guns! Tamir Rice can't even have a toy gun in a fucking park without dying. But they are walking in droves with AK-47s or whatever else. They're doing it in public, and the police are protecting them. The only time white people get upset is when it personally affects them. When they see us hanging for trees, they look the other way. Don't you ever suggest that a black man that loves himself and loves his people will ever walk hand in hand with these white supremacists. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. And at the end of the day, they're gonna come for me. I can't talk like this in public no more, you know that. You better save these videos. They're gonna come from me because I'm speaking the truth. When I say vibrate higher, I mean for real. I need you to take this time to elevate. Do everything in your power to elevate. And elevation doesn't mean perfection. It means seeking perfection. You can slip on the road to perfection, that's fine. I'd rather slip on the road to perfection than have my feet steady in the same place. That's what I would rather have, personally. Whenever I see something that goes against the truth, I'm not going to justify that thing. That's what it means. When I see something that's out of line, whether it's my people or not, I'm going to speak on it. And that's the final point I need to make. Everybody is online, like I said, Everybody got a camera now. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody feel like they could just come up and start talking. You just flooding the motherfucking airwaves at the end of the day and making it so the real people who got something to say are pushed off into the corner. You need to shut the fuck up and show and prove some work. Everybody got something to say, but nobody wants to speak against their group. Have you noticed that? The feminists, right? They have everything against the patriarchy and blah, 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 blah. You never hear the feminists talking about what they do wrong as women. Nothing is their fault. When you hear about these conservatives and it's the poor people are robbing us and this, but they never speak about white supremacy. You speak about the LGBTQIA2S+ community, they're talking about so much oppression, but they don't speak about what they do wrong and how they're intrusive into people's lifestyles. When black people are talking about white supremacy and all this, we never talk about our people. So this is why I feel my channel is important, because I'm one of the few people out of all of the human beings on earth that will speak about everybody else, but then also turn the camera towards me. A lot of people be in my comments, no damn picture, nothing. I don't even know who you are, no real name, no picture, no profile, but you want to tell me something. Go scroll down my channel and just understand that I've researched what I'm talking about. So with that being said, again, as a black American so-called person, I'm not even talking about Africans and other people from outside of America, because you may have your own incentives to support Donald Trump. I'm talking about a black American who has been purposely oppressed by this country and it's people like the Ku Klux Klan. How can you still support this man and find ways to justify this man and make stupid ass pictures like this, like all of a sudden we're supposed to join hands with the white supremacists because white supremacy is a hoax, and the whole time it wasn't white people we should have been going at. We should have been going at the quote unquote deep state. Man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. These white people ain't getting off the hook. Yeah, I'm going at the deep state, and I'm going at these everyday white people who enact racism on us. What are you talking about? These same people in the comments right now trying to justify it. So like I said, man, I'm done. I had to vent, get that off my chest. I have a bunch of other shit I gotta say about a bunch of other shit maybe I'll make a live stream about. But I had to make this video particularly about this big-headed orange liar right here that y'all are deluded into believing that he is God in the flesh. I guess because he gave y'all niggas $1,200 or something. What's going on? How did we go from, wasn't niggas mad at Steve Harvey when he met up with Trump? Weren't you just mad at all these Kanye West when they met up with Trump? Now we got all these black Trump supporters. Where y'all niggas popping up from? And like I said, where were y'all at when I was at the rally before he came president? Ain't nah nigga was in that place. You didn't want to show your face amongst all them white supremacists, but now that it's popular and you know that you don't have a leg to stand on, you'd rather beg for massa than to actually try to run off the plantation and build something with your field brothers. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And like I said, y'all people with platforms, whether it be you celebrities or you big name YouTubers or any person in the street, you're black and you call yourself talking about Donald Trump's going against the system and all this dumbass shit. Like you don't understand controlled opposition? Do you really think that man is up there just doing all this stuff and he wouldn't have been assassinated by now if he was really about this truth? You think he's just doing what the fuck he want to do? Doing stupid ass shit and y'all are justifying it, man? It's the end of the world. I don't got nothing else to say to y'all. All of y'all are on timeout. With that being said, vibrate higher.
I have set you apart. Oh, Lord, I can't get no help in here. I have set you apart.